Hey guys, it's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So today I wanted to make a little video on kind of the recap of 2016 and all the cars that I had, that I sold, and talk about. People always ask me, how is it that I bought the GTR? How is it that I'm owning all these different cars? And I think there's a big misunderstanding or misconception on what it actually takes to own these cars, as well as how to properly buy them. So when people think of cars or any type of materialistic things, they think of them as like an expense, right? Which is fine, but if you're an investor, you want to be an entrepreneur, and you find a creative way on how to properly buy these materialistic items and sell them for a profit, that is kind of in a sense what I do with every single car that I buy. So my dream car, just like many of you, was to buy a GTR. At a young age, and after watching the Fast and the Furious series, I fell in love with the car, and then I made a plan on how much money I needed to save to buy the car outright. And then simply with that, starting from the age of 14, got into business and started buying and selling multiple items. Luckily by age of 20, I had enough. I ended up buying my first house instead, and then I moved into my house, rented out 2 of the rooms, and then a couple months later, I believe 3 months later, I bought my GTR at 21. Overall, I think it's really having a plan. So I wanted to talk to you guys about, I did end up selling my BMW M3, so it was a daily driver that I had for about 2 months. The GTR I had for about 6 months, and the Mustang I had for about 1 month. A Genesis I had about for 6 months, and I now have a new daily driver, and that's for a later video. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the different cars that I bought and sold initially as my daily driver. So I had the 3.8 Genesis to start the 2016. I had it when I originally bought the house, and then sold it a couple months before I bought the GTR. I had a daily driver, but I treated that one more as an investment, as in I bought it and mainly just to sell. Ended up selling that one, then I bought the GTR. Had the GTR for 6 months, but while owning the GTR, because I didn't want to put too many miles, I was making these different videos on what should be my new daily driver. So I had the GTR, and then I bought a 2015 Mustang, ended up selling the Mustang, and then I ended up kind of daily driving the GTR again, and then I moved in after selling the GTR to an M3. So after selling the M3, I believe I sold it 5 days ago. Crazy trip. So I ended up getting out of work at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, so Arizona time. I drove to California to meet the guy. It was through OfferUp where I got a message in Los Angeles County in California. It was 423 miles, took about 6 hours and 40 minutes to get there. Delivered the car, I bought his car, delivered to my brother, and then bought a I actually just said what car I bought, so I'm gonna cut that out. But I ended up buying my new daily driver and then drove it back, and I did that all with only sleeping 1 hour. So when owning my GTR, I got a lot of hater comments, as you could only imagine. So the GTR was something that I personally bought myself, and all these cars is something that I invested. I chose to invest on my own. So I created, in a sense, this whole plan when it came to buying and selling cars. It is something that I'm willing to share with you guys, but I kind of wanted to focus on a little bit more on the cars that I bought and the profit that I made. So with 2016, just buying and selling your cars. So if you could own your dream car and make a profit off of it, and if not break even, that is essentially the goal for me. So when I bought the GTR, when I bought the Genesis, when I bought the Mustang, when I bought the M3, and when I bought my new daily driver, let's say for the BMW M3, I looked at the average prices. So Kelley Blue Book is a pretty good estimate on what the car is valued at. With that being said, you should always be looking at third party, just private sellers, and kind of see how they fluctuate in prices. So I always try to buy the car itself $1,000 to $2,000 below the average. So the car, when I originally bought it, let's say for the BMW M3, I bought it at a price range where when I bought it was the lowest price that I've seen in all of the United States for the active car listings. So with that, I knew I had a good understanding that I got a good deal on the car. So when I posted it for sale, I knew I was gonna sell it for a profit. So the main purpose of this video is for me to kind of elaborate a little bit more on how I buy and sell cars. So for those that have kind of followed, TechBuds, which is the day trading group that I have, you guys know that I switch cars quite often. And, we do have a dealership and we do buy and sell cars through that, but these cars I buy through private party. I am going to create a group, and I'm working on a group in a sense of curriculum on kind of the fundamentals and, you know, step-by-step process on how I personally buy and sell cars at a young age and make a profit off of them, if not break even. The misunderstanding of like owning these supercars is that they're super expensive and that you lose all the money that you invest in. There's a bunch of like haters in the comments that have done it to me and my friends that, you know, say that we're just throwing our money away. Us buying and selling and investing in cars is never going to work. Obviously, for 2016, I made a little bit over $10,000 with the 5 cars I bought and sold. I don't do it in a sense, you know, for the profit and money when it comes to, you know, buying and selling my daily driver. When I originally buy a car as my daily driver or as like, you know, my dream car, regardless of how much I want the car realistically, I'm not willing to pay, you know, above average of whatever the price is. So I want to always make sure that I understand, you know, what the market is going for, and I always try to buy a little bit below that. And, you know, when it comes to day trading, we call that, you know, setting yourself up for success. And with that, you know, you understand that you're buying the car at a good price. You understand that, you know, you could drive it and carefree, right? That you're driving it around, you're driving your investment around. So for those that, you know, like Corvettes, GTRs, Lamborghinis, whatever it is that you want to buy, if you truly, you know, study the market and understand it, just like the stock itself, you know, you should be buying at below average price. Once you get filled and, you know, once you buy that car, then you could be driving it around and then in hope of selling it for a profit, if not breaking even. So the group that I'm gonna be starting is gonna kind of elaborate a little bit more on how I did it, you know, 2016, and exactly the breakdown on the steps that I took, you know, to be able to make a little bit over $10,000 on owning my dream car. So again, from the GTR, right? From the M3, from Mustangs, whatever your dream car is, I mean, you could essentially do it with anything, as in when it comes to houses, cars, penny stocks, and investing. If you treat everything that you buy as an investment, you're more likely to succeed and, you know, get a better purchase price. So I kind of just wanted to let you guys know, this was kind of starting as like, you know, just letting you guys know that I sold my M3 and that I bought a new daily driver. But I think, you know, kind of the content that is in this video, you guys would appreciate more than me just, you know, talking about that I sold my M3, right? Kind of wanted to show you guys the $10,000, but actually seeing it like visually, I think gives you guys a better understanding on, you know, just because you can afford or you can, you know, achieve buying your dream car at a young age does not mean you should overpay, right? At least in my current situation, I don't feel comfortable losing, you know, thousands of dollars on every car that I, you know, go through. So with that, you know, I set up this whole system and set up this whole process that with me and my friends, you know, I've helped them out and buying, you know, successful investment cars, so they can, you know, flip for a profit, if not break even. So I plan to buy another supercar by 2017, and I hope to do so, you know, with the years to come. Hopefully you guys found this video somewhat helpful. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. And if I can get like 20 to 30 likes on the video itself, just to get a better understanding on you know, that you guys truly want to know how it is that I bought and sold cars, I can create, again, a whole curriculum and a better understanding on how I did it and how you can do it too. Again, there's multiple ways on doing it, and that's kind of what I want to elaborate on, because I don't think a video is going to be very helpful. I think it's going to have to be a series of videos, and I'll make it exclusively for those that are interested. But I definitely don't want to make the video if none of you guys are interested. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I am going to make a new video on, you know, my new daily driver, what I like and what I don't like about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys soon.
Alright guys, so this is the money Ricky earns because he's a savage. Look at all this. You wanna make this kind of money, guys? Just this is so much money. How much? This is like 10 G's?
A little bit over 10, yeah.